Joy Prime, the ultimate experience.
That's him with Prime Minister Buzia. So in terms of culture and history, it's always been there. Politics has always been part of the family.
Born to a family of political elites, one would have expected Nana Ofori-Atta to follow the steps of her father. But she has a dream.
I've always been into lifestyle. I think even when I was a student in the UK or US, there was always a kente or something that my mother would send me, and I'd put it somewhere in the room. So I've always liked that. And then when I moved back to Ghana in 1993, there were a few people who were doing extremely well. Again, as you said, niche market. It's not the mass-produced. You almost have to go in them and then customize it for myself. So I still have pieces around my house that I've had since 1993.
I've come to one of her halls.
So as you can
I call it a small museum pregnant with a rich collection of African art, family history, and pottery designs.
It's a mask of a royal, so it's a Benin bronze. It's not an Akan gold symbol. Please make sure you make the distinction. These are Akan gold symbols that we had sort of hand painted and finished on pots. Yes, so Akan gold weights back in the day before currency, you would have to weigh out money in gold dust. And as you were more prosperous, instead of just having like an ordinary bottle, which is a sack, you would have your own, it's almost like a wallet. And so it developed over time where people, you would know that I've bought this from you. So it's almost like currency.
The global arts and craft industry has a market potential of $2.4 billion. In Ghana, players in the sector face enormous capacity and microeconomic difficulty integrating effectively into the export market.
It's been extremely difficult. We have lots of people who make pots. I mean, if you drive anywhere around the streets in Accra, anywhere in Ghana, you'll find them. Because my pots are customized, I have to find somebody who's willing to make a mold and to change the direction of the pots for me. So do I want a smooth pot? Do I want something with lines on it? Do I want a particular design? So that has been difficult, and it's a work in progress. The second aspect was also to find artists that I could work with, who could understand how to express this thing that Akan gold symbols. How do you do it? Ga, Samai, Gas have their own traditional symbols. The Ewas do. Ewe Kente, the colors, designs, colors, patterns from across Ghana, to find people who can work with me. There's a huge difference between painting on a wall or on canvas and having to do a circular pot. So that has been a work in progress. And then the other thing that I particularly like is weaving. I like to add, because when you weave, for me anyway, as part of our tradition, is that we then hang the symbols or the beads or the brass on it. So it's taken me about a year to actually establish my value chain. Where do I buy the pots from, at what price? Who will make the stands that will help to lift the pots up? Who am I going to get to be able to translate this idea that I have sketched out onto the pot? Somebody to do the weaving, even finding the right paints, the right varnish. It's quite the journey.
Nana Ofori-Atta is known for many endeavors, from once being host of Joy FM's Newsfile program to being a development strategist for corporate Ghana. But her talent in the art and craft industry is exceptional.
These two pots are off to Morocco.
And could you help us understand, what went into the...
Okay, so I was looking for Akan gold symbols that had some sort of a link with Morocco, because they have, of course, very rich culture. They have their own traditional symbols. So I came upon this one. I have a book that I refer to. Cowries obviously mean money. This is what we exchange. And then the black the red and the green were Moroccan colors, and then of course the brass. So the client wanted something that was a combination of Ghana and Morocco. So that's what's expressed here.
So it simply means that you're already exporting outside, right?
I've just started. It's very new to me.
And how has the experience been exporting?
Very difficult.
Very difficult. Typical of
Very, very difficult. This is potentially something that I might exhibit at the Sound Out 2021. It's basically a round pot. What is on here is an Akan gold symbol, and it's been in sort of like a 3D effect. There's a friend of mine whose grandmother, he's at Ewa, had a kente cloth that was similar to it, so he took a picture of it and sent it to me. So I tried to also play with, I think these are the Gonja colors, in terms of a kente sort of an approach. This is like a bogola, you know, the bogola from Mali, Burkina, Senegal, so we try to play with that as well.
So what kind of feedback do you get from clients and friends? And,
they
those
like
who just
it.
Come around to see what you're doing.
They love it. They tell me, oh my God, I didn't know. I didn't know we had our own symbols. Of course you do.
As founder of Heritage Pots, a creative company facelifting pots with colorful cultural messages, Nanaya Oforiatta is confident of value addition and exports.
So they come like this, and then this is our next station. Here we have Loco. Loco and Derek really are the artists in chief. As I said, they're both trained in fine arts. This is the senior, that's the junior. And you can see that we're inspired by an Akan bronze that Loco is now sketching out. It's really, really important, and we're going to put it on a pot. So these are the artists who really bring things together for me. This is Deborah, who is actually a clothing designer. She's been making clothes for me for a long time, and then I started on this idea, and I thought, if I want to hang beads and I want to hang things, how is it going to look? And so I asked Deborah to come and join me. So she comes in as and when, and she helps me, you know, we come up with the concept of which beads to hang in what order, and so this is Deborah at work. For some of our pots, we do weaving, and then it's from the weaving stage that we come to Deborah. So this is Roger, and he essentially is the person who does the weaving for us. So Loco started on black. Well, it was just plain clay, and then he painted it black. We added the weaving, the beads, and then Loco has added the bronzing effect. So essentially, this is what happens when you go from 0 to 100 with us.
The government, through the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA, has targeted value addition in the export of art and crafts. GEPA's Sound Out Premium Art Exhibition of August is expected to do just that.
I'm going to be one of 30-something vendors. This is the second time that the Ghana Export Promotion Agency is hosting, powering this opportunity for Ghanaian artists to come forward. So this is my first time joining them. I'm very excited about it. So what I'm going to be exhibiting are a number of our pots, varnished, handcrafted, it's all customized, bespoke, pots at this event. I'm looking forward to it. I think that the market is interesting. If you looked at the year of the return, of course, because of COVID, we were not able to expand immediately for beyond the return. There's always been an interest amongst a certain, if you can, crowd. But I think that the idea of Africa and the many messages that we send, whether it's in colors and shapes and patterns and sounds, in rhythm, has always been there, and it's coming together. So this is a very, very good time, I think. For me, the challenge now is going beyond a small market into being able to produce quality and being able to do it for a larger audience. So that's my new challenge.
These painted pots by Nanaya are ready for export, as she's confident of a big boom despite constraints of COVID-19. For artists of her nature, it's very important for government to come to the aid of artists in Ghana and help them with the wherewithal to expand and meet competition. I'm Charles Aite reporting for Joy Business.
Joy Prime, the ultimate experience.